One of history's greatest stratagems, a symbol of cunning and strategy, changed the fate of an empire. But what if it never succeeded as intended? The 10-year Trojan War, seemingly endless, was decided by a mysterious gift, the giant wooden horse. Odysseus' scheme led to the city's tragic downfall. But what if the Trojans, for some reason, didn't bring the wooden horse into the city? How immense would the consequences of this small change be? Let's explore. 10 years of relentless siege had turned Troy into an impregnable fortress. The Greek army was weary, desperate, finding no end to this seemingly endless war. In that deadlock, Odysseus, the resourceful hero, conceived a bold plan. An extraordinary idea to deceive the enemy, ending the war through cunning. The Greek army feigned retreat, burned their camps, creating the illusion of abandoning the battlefield. The atmosphere was tense, but hope flickered in the warriors' hearts. They left a giant wooden horse outside the gates of Troy as a mysterious offering to the goddess Athena, a gift fraught with danger. But warnings were sounded. The priest Laocoon desperately advised the people not to trust the gift, throwing a spear at it, but he was ignored. An omen of disaster. Princess Cassandra also prophesied tragedy, but her words were cursed to never be believed. A cruel fate, sealed by her own people's skepticism. The people of Troy, overjoyed, believing the war was over, dragged the giant horse into the city. A fateful decision, paving the way for impending destruction. That night, the Greek warriors hidden inside the horse emerged. They quietly opened the city gates for the returning Greek army, preparing for the final assault. Troy tragically fell that night. Screams, fires, and devastation turned the mighty city into ashes, a permanent scar in history. Instead of being ignored, the priest Laocoon's impassioned warning was heard. With a grave expression, he presented his concerns about the mysterious gift. Princess Cassandra, with a sorrowful but firm gaze, also corroborated Laocoon's words. This time, the anguish in her voice touched the hearts of the leaders. The Trojan lords, after careful consideration, decided not to rush the horse in. Caution prevailed over excitement, demanding thorough inspection. They dispatched a professional unit to inspect the wooden horse. The Trojan warriors carefully examined every angle, looking for unusual signs. When a warrior tapped the horse's belly, an unusually hollow sound caught their attention. They quickly discovered a hidden door, or an empty compartment inside. The horrifying truth was revealed. Hidden inside were Greek warriors. Odysseus' cunning plan was completely exposed, failing miserably. The Greek warriors were immediately taken prisoner. The conspiracy turned into a trap for its creators, a great humiliation for the invading army. Simon, the deceiver planted by Odysseus, was discovered and faced punishment. His lies could not save the ruined plot. Troy celebrated a resounding victory. The Greeks' deadly gift had been rejected, and the city had escaped an unimaginable disaster. From afar, the Greek army on their ships witnessed the failure. The plan collapsed, shame engulfed them, and the dream of victory shattered. With the plan thwarted, the Greek army faced a grim choice, a humiliating retreat, or to continue the siege of a Troy it was now forewarned and better prepared. Troy stood firm, a symbol of resilience and wisdom. A new page of history was written, where vigilance saved an empire. The people of Troy gathered joyfully, preparing to drag the giant wooden horse into the city. They believed it was a sign of the end of the 10-year war. However, when they tried to pull it, the horse turned out to be too large. It got stuck between the sturdy city gates, unable to move even an inch. Trojan engineers rushed to assess the problem. They measured, inspected, realizing the horse's size exceeded the gate's capacity, a serious error. The unexpected incident raised suspicions. Was a gift too large to enter the city an omen, or a cunning plot? Fear began to spread. Some considered it a bad omen from the gods, a warning not to attempt to bring this gift in. The prophecy was reiterated. The lords decided a more thorough inspection was necessary. The plan to partially dismantle the city gates to bring the horse in was postponed, replaced by suspicion. During the inspection, they discovered a hidden compartment. Strange sounds from within confirmed that the horse was not just a harmless offering. Inside were Greek warriors, trapped and exposed. Odysseus' grand plan collapsed due to a simple physical detail. Troy, vigilant after years of war, became stronger than ever. The exposed plot reinforced their faith in their defenses. The Greek army, witnessing the failure from afar, faced humiliation and despair. Their cunning plan was thwarted by caution. Thanks to caution and a physical impediment, Troy stood firm. History took a different turn, where resilience triumphed over trickery. Simon, the Greek warrior tasked with deceiving the Trojans, was unfortunately captured when the Greeks feigned retreat. He was interrogated by the Trojan army. Under the pressure of brutal torture, Simon's will broke. He revealed the horrifying secret of the wooden horse and the warriors hidden within. The shocking information was immediately relayed to the Trojan lords. Suspicion turned into painful truth, a sinister plot exposed. Troy immediately prepared for a retaliatory attack. The walls were reinforced, soldiers were ready, awaiting the enemy with the highest vigilance. Alternatively, a Trojan spy, long embedded within the Greek ranks, secretly sent information about the wooden horse plan. An eye and an ear deep within enemy territory. The warning message reached Priam. Detailed information about Odysseus's plan was revealed, giving Troy ample time to prepare and counterattack. The wooden horse, when offered, was not pulled into the city. Instead, it was thoroughly inspected or destroyed on the spot, exposing the plot. The hidden Greek warriors were discovered and taken prisoner. The treacherous plan backfired, turning the hunters into the hunted. When the Greek ships returned to attack, they faced a forewarned Troy, ready to fight. The city gates were fortified, the soldiers numerous. A fierce battle erupted at the walls. The advantage belonged to the prepared Trojan army, who powerfully repelled the Greek attack. Troy stood firm, not falling, thanks to either the enemy's own betrayal or the spies' vigilance. A great victory of wisdom and preparation. The people of Troy gathered before the city gates, preparing to offer the giant wooden horse as a sacrifice to Athena, an important ritual to end the war. Just as the ritual began, a blinding lightning bolt suddenly struck the wooden horse, tearing a part of it open. A clear sign from Olympus. The crack caused by the lightning revealed the secret compartment, and the Greek warriors inside were exposed. Horror and misunderstanding turned into bitter truth. Alternatively, as the Trojans tried to pull the horse in, a violent earthquake suddenly shook the ground. The earth cracked open. Buildings collapsed. A divine wrath. A large chasm opened right before the city gates, blocking the horse's path. It could not move further. A clear omen it could not be ignored. The priests and lords of Troy gathered, horrified by the undeniable omens. They understood that the horse was either an affront to the gods or a deadly trap. A direct, clear prophecy echoed throughout Troy. Do not bring this horse in. It carries destruction. Everyone clearly heard the message. The Trojans, terrified by the divine omens, completely abandoned the idea of bringing the horse in. They believed it was a curse, not a gift. On their ships, the Greeks witnessed the omens. They realized the gods had intervened, exposing their plot. The plan failed miserably. Troy, protected by the gods, became stronger. Faith in the gods was reinforced, and they were ready to face any attack. Thanks to divine intervention, Troy avoided its tragic fate. The city continued to flourish, becoming a symbol of the gods' protection. When the wooden horse was rejected or discovered, the hidden Greek warriors inside were exposed. Odysseus's cunning plan had completely failed. Troy, forewarned, quickly prepared its defenses. The walls were reinforced, soldiers were ready, awaiting the return of the Greek army. The Greek army returned, facing a vigilant Troy. A direct battle without the element of surprise erupted, on the beaches and at the foot of the city walls. Troy's defensive advantage was too great. The Greek army suffered heavy losses, unable to breach the strong defenses. They faced a disastrous defeat. Odysseus, with his failed plan, faced severe punishment. He could be exiled or discredited, unable to return home in glory. Other Greek heroes also suffered more tragic fates. Some were killed in the unsuccessful attack, others lost their way home. Troy still stood, not fallen, becoming an eternal symbol of resilience and victory against the enemy's trickery. History completely changed. With this victory, Troy's prestige and power soared. The city became an undisputed superpower in Asia Minor, reshaping the region's geopolitics. The balance of power in the ancient world shifted. Greece weakened, Troy rose, ushering in a new era with different empires on the world map. If Troy had not fallen, the story of Aeneas escaping to found Rome would not exist. The mythical foundation of the Roman Empire would vanish. This could have prevented the formation of the Roman Empire, or completely changed its origins and nature. A Europe without a great Rome as in history. Greek culture might not have reached its glorious peak. Lacking the great victory at Troy, their influence on the world would have significantly diminished. Other empires in Asia Minor, previously held in check by Troy, might have risen earlier. Lydia, the Hittites, or Phrygia would have reshaped the geopolitics of the Mediterranean region. The geopolitics of the Mediterranean and Middle East would have completely changed. A new map of power would be drawn, with different alliances and conflicts. Western mythology and literature would lose one of their most foundational and influential stories. No Homer, no Iliad and Odyssey. How we perceive heroes, war, and fate would change forever. The lessons of cunning and tragedy would no longer be the same. The entire course of Western civilization would take a completely different direction. A different civilization, with unique values and traditions, would develop. Troy, instead of being a ruin, would become a powerful cultural and political center, shaping an entirely different ancient world. Just one small decision, one event that didn't happen, could completely turn the wheel of history. Troy stands firm, reshaping the ancient world. The world we know today might never have formed. From a small detail, the entire flow of civilization could have taken a completely different turn. It's truly thought-provoking. Was it just luck or fate that brought the wooden horse into Troy? What do you think would happen next? Share your what-if hypothesis.